You're mine. Time to move.
Go!
Approaching the anomaly.
Copy that. Who's there?
Channel, welcome to another review. I've been watching a it's kind of like a documentary, but it's not a documentary. It's like interviews more than anything. The Aftermath, the Chris Benoit Aftermath. Interesting DVD, of course. I'll read the back of it. In a business such as pro wrestling, it is hard to be shocked or surprised by anything. But on one weekend in June 2007, the wrestling world collectively dropped to its knees in all of the bodies of wrestling superstar Chris Benoit, his wife Nancy, and their 7-year-old son Daniel were found in their suburban Georgia home. The information that will come out regarding their ultimate passing would be some of the most shocking in recent memory. And the first reaction from the rest of us, suppose Chris Benoit, the Aftermath. Here is the first reaction of the wrestling superstars that know both Chris Benoit and Nancy, legendary names in pro wrestling, weigh on issues that arose following the tragedies and all the events that took. I was kind of disappointed. I mean, I'm not disappointed. It's an interesting one. A lot of these wrestlers, ex-wrestlers, know, say a lot about what happened on that crazy day. I remember hearing about it on IG. I remember he's been found not alive anymore. And then his family's gone. I'm thinking, what's going on here? It's like, and it's like, oh, Jesus Christ. Brilliant wrestler though. Chris Benoit was a fantastic wrestler, but crazy what happened on that day, you know. So you see all these wrestlers being into, you know, like talking about Chris Benoit and stuff like. You've got wrestlers like Canada, Mr. Canada, New Jack, I think his name's New Jack, Bad News Brian, Bob Holly, Tori Wilson, Rikishi, Honky Tonk Man, Iron Sheik. He has got a lot to say. He's got a lot to do. Was it New Jack I just mentioned his name? He's got a lot to say too. It's like, Jesus Christ. And they get right at the end. This guy mentions like something. I'm just like, what? A little bit far-fetched shot because even I was like, roller. The guy right at the end was just like, Jesus. Okay, that's a bit far-fetched. I don't know if I actually believe that, but yeah, really fascinating. Huh? Who else is in it? Bob Holler. There's some people I've not heard of, never seen before, but there's someone I've told you I've seen that Bob Holler a lot. And yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, so it deals with like them talking about who they've it deals with like steroids use, abuse and stuff like that, and if that was part of that narrative in it, it was something to, yeah, because later on they found out he wasn't on steroids, some kind of like he was doing something else. And so he's turns out they did like so they did like a so they ended up examining his checking. Checking on his brain. Of course, turned out he had He had like damage to his brain, like a 90-year-old, like he had like a 90-year-old brain or something. But yeah, I think my favorite. Interesting. So yeah, so it deals with like the steroids and stuff and the media. Like I said, a lot of these wrestlers have got a lot to say about him, and some, like I say, matches he had with Kurt. Of course, another wrestler that actually shows up is Kurt Angle, and Eddie Guerrero too pops up in this. But this is like afterwards and before. So Eddie Guerrero talks about him, of course, fondly. Of course, this is before he passed away. People did heard that he missed him so badly. Like he actually written in his diary or stuff. Like he used to talk to him, like he used to talk to his friend. But it's an interesting thing. A lot of wrestlers have got something to say about the whole situation. That's Tori Wilson. This is like 2007, I think it was. Some of these was, and before 2005. Because that fact that Eddie Guerrero died 2 years before, I know that he wasn't the same after that. Yeah, and another one, Bob. What was it? Diamond Dallas Page talks about him and stuff, and yeah. There's a lot. It's wrestlers that you don't see. Like, you don't see Vince McMahon. You hear someone talk about Vince McMahon. That was a bit weird. I just kind of went, really, that's a bit far fetched. That. I remember hearing about bloody a certain wrestler going to the, and I just thought that was a bit far fetched too. I thought, really? I know when you look at some of the photos online of his house, it's like all clean and stuff. You think it's like there's not been a crime there, which is weird. Because I know he's you know the what was it, the exercise machine? They had the bells and stuff, and so yeah, I know. They didn't mention the phone calls or anything. No, I can't remember them mentioning. No one mentioned the phone call. Interesting document. Well, it's not really a documentary. It's just interviews and stuff like that. I was a little bit, yeah. It's like an hour and a half of people just talking about it, which I thought was a bit, yeah, interesting. Though, still interesting to see people talk about it, but yeah. So okay, so what I didn't like. Okay, I can say what I didn't like about the Enterprise is that it's not like media coverage. That's the only thing I could think of. Okay, what I find interesting, I thought the old interviews were interesting for all the wrestlers. So yeah, ex wrestlers. And yeah, of course, I don't know. Kennedy was still wrestling. I think he's still wrestling in Ken Canada, and because he's in this, and he was younger. So yeah, fascinating seeing all the wrestlers and stuff. So yeah, wrestling interviews and stuff like that, talking about Chris Benoit. I don't know what to call that, but it's just crazy. So yeah, so I'm going to give this document or this aftermath DVD. It's a 3.5 out of 5 because I still thought it was very interesting. And yeah, I still liked it though. It's very interesting. So 3.5 out of 5 for Aftermath. Very interesting. So I'm gonna go after the people. Remember to go to my channel. Take care, enjoy my videos. Thank you for watching. I hope you will see me soon. I'll see you soon, and bye for now.